Hi, I'm James Sherpich with the Integrated Learning Environment, or ILE, which is poised to disrupt the educational services industry, helping high school students reach their maximum potential by getting into the college of their choice. Our team includes the inimitable Venki Chandrakandan, the peerless Jeremy Norland, and myself, James Sherpich. ILE's opportunity is that students and parents are inundated with information regarding the college preparation and application process. They're also underserved by current counseling and guidance regarding higher education provided by schools or expensive external services. Put more simply, getting into college is not easy, but rather complex and challenging, to say nothing of the requisite academic and extracurricular work required of students. I'm a Navy jet pilot, and landing on an aircraft carrier at night is hard, but getting into college shouldn't have to be. The national average for the ratio of students to guidance counselors is nearly 500 to 1 and double that in certain states, while the recommended average or ratio is 250 to 1. Overtasked guidance counselors then concentrate their efforts almost exclusively on getting struggling students across the finish line of graduation. This leaves little bandwidth to spare for students who seek to maximize their educational opportunities in college. Wealthy parents have resorted to buying access to these services for thousands of dollars, or even buying access directly to elite colleges, as demonstrated in the recent and highly publicized Varsity Blues scandal. Therefore, there is clearly a large gap in the market for college-bound students who simply do not have access to sufficient counsel or integrated tools to ease their college preparation and admissions journeys. At the same time that there is this documented lack of counseling, parents find themselves less trusted as a source of advice by their own high school students. Yet both students and parents are busier than ever and have problems managing and communicating countless family activities. Parents want ways to empower their students while monitoring their progress and improving their outcomes without directly intervening. Enter ILE. Our application seeks to bridge both of these critical gaps by providing a mobile interface to effectively guide students through their college preparation and admissions journey, while allowing their parents to unobtrusively monitor their progress. We will also provide access to qualified counselors virtually and through carefully curated videos, and they can advise students, thereby providing parents the peace of mind knowing that their children are receiving reliable counsel and making progress toward their college goals. We provide access to lower tier services and stock counseling videos at a freemium price point to reach the broadest market segment while upselling existing users and capitalizing on advertising revenue for unpaid users. For parents, we provide peace of mind that their students are receiving good advice and have the tools to prepare them for the next step of independence. With ILE, the primary job to be done is to consolidate and integrate all timelines for college application processes, including test taking, financial aid, and application deadlines, providing timely reminders. Students would never procrastinate, right? For high school students and anyone looking to gain acceptance into post-secondary education. The secondary job will be providing virtual counseling via our multi-sided application. Our freemium price point will allow us to deliver value to a wide variety of students while targeting upper middle class families with disposable income to purchase subscriptions, monthly or annual, to our tiered services, including personalized guidance counseling. While our target demographic is upper middle class families with an excess of disposable income and a dearth of available time, we will service a larger job to be done through both our freemium offering and paid services at nominal monthly fees of $10 to $20 per month for our scheduling and reminder app, and virtual counseling starting at $50 for two 30-minute sessions. The total available market for ILE is the total number of students nationwide applying to or considering to apply to college in the next 3 years. We would then refine this down to our serviceable available market by focusing on the 81% of students and parents with mobile devices. To increase marketing and sales efficiencies, ILE will specifically target urban areas and cities at the outset. With 20% of individuals in the U.S. living in rural areas, this leaves the remaining 80% of urban and suburban U.S. targetable for ILE. Breaking down specific numbers, there are 9.5 million high school students in 10th through 12th grade, and ILE estimates another 1.9 million post-high school applicants that will be applying to college, bringing our total available market to roughly 12 million. We then segment this total available market by those with mobile devices and access to our application. At 81% of Americans, this yields 9.7 million students. We finally define our target market by focusing on the 80% of Americans living in urban and suburban areas, resulting in a 7.7 million student and parent target market. To talk more about the competition, I'll turn it over to our CEO now, Venki Chandrakandan.
Thanks, James, for the handoff. Hi, everyone. My name is Venki Chandrakandan. and I will be handling this section of the presentation today. ILE Integrated Learning Environment has multiple competition, and we divide them into three areas. The highly personalized counseling solutions, they offer personalized tutors and coaches. They are high cost and also low personalization. There are local tutoring and counseling services which offer low to medium cost, and they offer low to medium personalization. Finally, we have the national services such as College Board or Naviance, which offer a high student reach. They offer web and mobile access, but they mostly go with one size fits all. Now let's look at substitutes for the integrated learning environment. The self-study students and parents who want to do self-service by curating all the information that they need regarding the application process, the essay process, the deadlines. The problem with this approach is it's very time consuming and the curation of this is very hard. The second is high school guidance counselors. We have seen that the ratio of student to high school counselors is very high. We have seen that the knowledge that they have on the entire application process, the college deadlines is very limited. The third aspect of substitutes is we see is that the college system itself. The common applications simplify the process, but it does not solve all of the processes. Therefore, it is required that we have some solution like integrated learning environment that is able to compile and curate and provide a unified access for all students across all university and the college system. Let's look at ILE, the company. We have a legal structure that allows us to be incorporated in the state of Washington as a C corporation. This allows us to get venture capital equity infusion, to issue shares, to protect personal assets of founders or investors. The ownership structure allows the founders to start with almost equal equity between themselves with 33% share across three founders, and later on we plan to not sell more than 40% of equity of the company. Let's talk about company values. It's founded on four pillars. Innovation. We want to be a very innovative company in the higher education space. Secondly, we want to be highly engaging with our stakeholders, primarily our students and our faculty and the staff. Thirdly, we want to promote curiosity among our stakeholders. And finally, we want to promote a culture of diversity across our entire company. The ILA team consists of me, Venki Chandrakandan, as a CEO, and I handle all product development and technical services. James Charpich will be our COO, Chief Operating Officer, who will be in charge of all operations and also HR function. In addition, Jeremy Norland will be our CFO. He will handle finance along with sales and marketing for the company. Together, we have around 50 years of combined experience in software development, operations management, as well as finance, sales, and marketing. The business model for ILE can be summed up with the following points. We have a patented and a proprietary process. We also have a platform that is AI and ML enabled. Thirdly, we have an integrated system where all the way features from self-service, single sign-on, annual and weekly calendars, all the features with respect to test referrals, the content for counseling, financial aid, and community access are all available in one package, as well as we have a superior partner ecosystem where we are able to refer our students to external test preparation partners or specialty financial aid partners as required. And finally, we have a cost-effective system which is SaaS enabled because we allow software as a service to be delivered to our students. As with every business model and strategic position, there are also associated risks and mitigation strategies. Let's look at some of them. We have risks in the form of deeply entrenched players in the test preparation space moving on to the education counseling and guidance counseling space. So how do we mitigate such risk? So one is by focusing on solely on educational counseling and guidance counseling services, our company will be able to prevail over them. Secondly, we partner with the test prep providers for their subject matter experts and services. And thirdly, we lead through innovation and IP protection. The second type of risk that we see is that new and upstart companies are using technology as a differentiator. So how do we differentiate ourselves from them? So we differentiate ourselves using a user experience that is much superior and caters to the students' needs, One of the risks that we also see is that the ability to convert our freemium users to paid subscribers. And the ways that we mitigate such risks are with offering better free features, offering significantly innovative features that offer higher value at a low increment cost. In addition, we also plan to offer much better promotions, offers, and discounts throughout the period, especially during seasonality. And the other risk that we also see is from government and privacy regulations. The way that we address them is by having a nationwide as well as state level and local level customization of our solutions to abide by local privacy laws. In addition, the student privacy is of top priority to us, as well as the user data integrity. We do not plan to sell any of this data to any third parties. That way, we preserve the student user data integrity. Now, for the next sections relating to finance, I will hand it over to my colleague, Jeremy Norland.
Thank you, James and Vinky. The integrated learning environment has established milestones for each phase of development. During Phase 1, we will focus on growth and development in Seattle near the company headquarters, achieving 10% of market penetration. During Phase 2, we will launch the application across 5 additional major metropolitan regions on the West Coast: Portland, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Phoenix, and Las Vegas. Following these milestones, the organization will move into Phase 3 and focus on full domestic launch of the product. The integrated learning environment plans to begin full domestic expansion no later than the 5th year. As the company demonstrates stable growth, it will look to develop the required software to deploy into key international markets, which will mark the beginning of Phase 4. Overall, ILE's financial statements paint the picture of a software-driven enterprise with immense potential for both a conservative growth and conversion rate while taking into consideration a moderate to high churn rate. Diving into the 3-year revenue projections and cost analysis through the pro forma income statements, balance sheets, and cash flow statements, you can see the financial way ahead for this mobile juggernaut. We expect our limited revenue in 2020 of $35,482 to rapidly accelerate to $422,908 in 2021 based upon the expansion of our freemium user base, consistent conversion to paid users, and beginning of partner referral payments due to a growing user base. ILE will also utilize an aggressive approach to limiting costs while fueling a sustainable constant growth, starting with the Seattle metro area for the initial 3 years from 2020 to 2022. The projections indicate that ILE will break even towards the end of the 2nd year. We believe that our assumptions that facilitate this break-even point are conservative, and we are only required 42,000 paid users at an ARPA, average revenue per account, of $25 a month by October 2021 to achieve the required quarterly revenue to exceed our expenses of roughly $135,000. Our plan requires $1.1 million in total investment from the founders and outside investors to provide 16 months of runway with zero revenue and 22 months of runway based on our revenue projections, with a break-even point in 4th quarter of 2021. To demonstrate a commitment to this cause, our 3 founders will also invest $200,000 each, totaling $600,000 for startup and working capital. In exchange for the $500,000 total funding commitment requested, ILE will grant the funder 40% equity in our company in Series A stock and 2 seats on the board of directors. Our board of directors will then be composed of 5 individuals, including the 3 founders, with equal voting rights amongst the 5 members, 20% as a percentage. The company will earn back this initial investment by the end of the 5th year, though these profits will likely be reinvested in regional and eventually national expansion. While $1.1 million is not a small initial investment, the projected break-even is less than 2 years with a positive net present value with less than 3, demonstrating the company's potential quick return on investment. If the circumstances are right, the ILE founders would also consider a potential buyout or merger with some of our larger competitors who need our complementary mobile presence. The integrated learning environment is a multi-sided platform with the potential to develop into an organization with stable growth for the foreseeable future. ILE will revolutionize the college preparation administration industry. we hope that you join us. On behalf of James, Vinky, and I, thank you for your time and consideration. We look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you for your time.